We're heading to St. Louis, the Edward Jones Stadium, the Gateway City. Green Bay Packers wearing all white in their away matchup against the Rams. These two teams are familiar as this is their second time meeting in an NFC championship in the past 3 years. Both teams have had a chance at a Super Bowl. One came out with a win. That was the Green Bay Packers in their undefeated season. 15-2 is their record this year. While the St. Louis Rams did beat up on the Packers earlier this year with a 16-1 record. St. Louis Rams is kicking off the ball first at the 27-yard line. Brett Favre has 4,500 yards on the year, 40 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and a 69 completion percentage rating. The Jacksonville Jaguars is the AFC team waiting on their NFC opponent, as it looks like the first play is a handoff to Kordell Davis that's tackled behind for a 3-yard loss by cornerback Troy Vincent. 3rd and 6 from the 31-yard line, dumps it up the middle. Hines Ward can't hold on to it as he gets popped. Kordell Stewart taking the offense, 4,200 yards on the year, 41 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. Rams come out, they pass it on their second try. Hit their wide receiver, Tim Dwight, who runs upfield for the first down. Kordell looks, finds a receiver, he drops it. So 2 punts from both offenses. If you are watching on YouTube, type 2 for the Packers, 1 for, oh my gosh, a great punt by the Rams at the 5-yard line. Brett Favre and the Packers have to move down the field 95 yards, or at least close to it if they want a field goal attempt. First play, handoff to Kordell Davis, who cuts up middle, gashing forward for 8 yards. Drop back pass, hits his receiver up the middle, who dives for the catch. Antonio Freeman. Motion right, back left, Hines Ward cuts up the middle. Antonio Freeman gets through. A read option. Brett Favre is running a read option, and he breaks the first tackle. Oh my gosh. Motion right from the tight end. Play action pass, hits the receiver. Hines Ward gets the first touchdown today. Hines Ward, number 86. That is a rate route. St. Louis Rams get the ball again. Let's see what they can do as Emmitt Smith takes this one on his Tiki Barber. Juking and spinning on the other defender. Getting the ball to the 28-yard line. Kordell, a bad start. Let's see if he can come back and get this team in striking distance. Rams line trying to alert Kordell that you got a 6-man defensive rush, and a 6-man rush is able to swat the ball away, which would have been a first down. Rams coach is getting frustrated. He decides to go for it. See, did they throw it or pass? Okay, they throw it. Hits up his wide receiver, who was wide open on outside. It says Calvin Williams. As the Rams motion Williams back inside from the left, from the right. Kordell gets sacked by a cornerback. We've been seeing 25 all over the place. There's Deshae Townsend. Motion out. Mark Bruner. Kordell feeling pressure. Gets sacked. He gets sacked again. Packers sending DB blitzes all over the field. Tony Shaw gets in this time. Trips left, empty formation. Motion Mark Bruner back outside. Looking. Finds his wide receiver number 85. That's Tim Dwight. Look how small he is. 5'8" and 180 pounds. Another drop back pass. Looking for the pressure. Finds his receiver. He gets the first down. Moving the chains for a 19-yard reception. First and goal. So 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. And oh, Kordell seeing something. Audibles out of it to a different formation. Trips right with the tight end. Motions Mark Bruner to tight end to the left. They're seeing man coverage. Kordell tries to run it, spins and gets popped. They have to settle for a field goal. It is good. 7-3 is the score. Packers getting ready to get the ball back with 1:35 left on the clock. Calling for the rest of this offensive drive. Brett Favre finds his receiver on a back shoulder catch. Great haul by Hines Ward. Looking upfield, Brett Favre feeling the 3-man rush. Almost throws a pick. Field goal attempt for the Packers as that one goes through. 10-3 is the score right at halftime. Brett Favre has 132 today. Kordell Stewart, 99. Terrell Davis only got 4 yards on the ground. Emmitt Smith has 17. Herman Moore has 41, while Tim Brown has 24. In the meantime, Emmitt Smith gets the kick return. He cuts left. Moving upfield, stiff arming defender, moving it to the 44-yard line. Great field position for Kordell. As Kordell feels a 7-man pressure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 was blitzed on that play. Not ideal, but they played the great zone coverage underneath. Kordell couldn't do anything. Look at all them white jerseys. Greenbay and Brett Favre coming out. Last time he played his team, he threw 5 interceptions. He has a clean game today. Not 1 interception. Terrell Davis, on the other hand, 5 rushes for only 4 yards. This defensive line is keeping him at bay, preventing this running back from getting anywhere outside or inside. They hand it off. Emmitt Smith cuts up the middle before getting popped. Gains 11, moving from the 39-yard line to the 50. Look at this run. Cuts right up to the middle. Bam! Tony Parrish. Good God. Jesus. Hand off to A-Train. A-Train cuts up the middle. He's trucking through and came out of I formation. Tiki Barber, Emmitt Smith, and Mike Allstott in the backfield. Empty formation for Kordell. Looking to motion his tight end Mark Bruner outside. As he has Herman Moore across the middle, dumps it off to Mark Bruner. He's tackled at the 2-yard line. Let's see what the Rams can do. They hand it off on the outside zone to Emmitt, who stiff arms the defender, breaks another tackle and gets in. Emmitt Smith stiff arming defenders and plowing through for the touchdown for St. Louis. Bam, bam, and he gets in. Look at that run by Emmitt. Stiff arm, shoulder, and a salute to the St. Louis fans. CAT is good. Tie game. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Rams kicking it off. Packers getting ready to field it. We got Michael Bates, wide receiver, returning this time as he gets upfield. Moving the ball to the 35-yard line. Great kick return. Brett Favre having himself a solid game, just feeling too much pressure as they come out in empty formation. Drop back pass. 5-man rush from the Rams. Finds his receiver, Tim Brown. Brett Favre looking upfield. Dumps it through the middle. Tim Brown breaks the tackle. Gets in for the touchdown. Puts the Packers on top. They get a 6-point lead after he lobbed it on the middle on a skinny post. Broke right off of Virgil Green. Troy Vincent. Brett Favre dicing up that Rams defense. Made himself some ram chops. Not lamb chops as Tiki Barber gets the ball. Jukes the defender and still falls forward. Feed that running back. A-Train leading the way. He trucks through a defender. 3rd and 7. Area formation. Rams offensive line trying to alert Kordell that you may have a safety blitz and man coverage beneath as he motions tight end Mark Bruner. The pressure does get there, and they try to dump it to a tight end screen. Rams have to settle for a field goal. Oh no, they're going for it. Oh my gosh, chat. They're going for it. 4th and 7 at the 7-yard line. Rams are going for it. 4-man rush from the Packers. He dumps it upfield. Tight end catches it. Oh my gosh. Mark Bruner comes away with the receiving touchdown. He had 2 defenders on him. Kordell Stewart felt the pressure for the 4-man rush, dumped it off in between 2 defenders, and gets the touchdown. St. Louis go for it at 4th and 7 from the 7-yard line. The light was looking dim on their Super Bowl chances, but they get it. Rams score. That might be a highlight of the day. So tie game, 17 all, 4 minutes, 34 seconds left. Packers returning the kick return. Michael Bates get the ball to the 32-yard line. A 4th and 7 touchdown is crazy. As Brett Favre dumps it up the middle, he finds his receiver. Can't believe the ball's on Coach Bubba, but he dialed up a play that he knew he could get. Hands off to Terrell Davis, who trucks Virgil Green. Virgil Green is getting embarrassed today. Found himself out of position. 2nd and 9, motion right from wide receiver Antonio Freeman. And a quick halfback draw that gets snuffed out. Tackled by number 99, Eric Swan. Brett Favre seeing a blitz from the cornerback, Troy Vincent. He's calling for protection. Lobs it upfield. Has a receiver down the middle. Tim Brown gets the 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Brett Favre drops back down. Eric Swan smacked Terrell Davis, meeting him behind the line of scrimmage for a 3-yard loss. Oh my gosh, show that highlight. Bam! Good guys. You want to show it again? Come on. Bam! Oh, Lord. Play action. Brett Favre looking upfield. Almost throws an interception. Getting covered by Sam Garnes and 2 other defenders. Looking upfield, and that one gets swatted away. So they have to settle for a field goal after Brett Favre almost throws 2 interceptions. And that one goes through. 20-17 is the score right now. Guys, we got ourselves a game. Can the Rams tie it? 1 minute, 15 seconds left on the clock. Rams trailing by just a field goal. 5'8". Looking again, finds his receiver. Rams was not going away without a fight. They're trying to make it to the Super Bowl. Back-to-back for them. Packers trying to make it to their second Super Bowl in 3 years. 50 formation for Kordell. 4-man rush from the Packers. Quick dump off to Tim Dwight, who breaks the first tackle, racing on the sideline. Gets out of bounds in near field goal territory. We got ourselves a game, fellas. It might go to overtime as Kordell is looking. Finds a receiver. Herman Moore gets it. Pass interference for the Packers. This is the second pass interference call on the game. 1st and 10 for the 25-yard line. The Packers defense needs to hold up if they want to make it to the Super Bowl. As Emmitt Smith gets a run, tackled after a 3-yard gain. 22-yard line, drop back pass, hits up A-Train. A-Train falls short. 3rd and 2. Let's see. They have to get it and score or spike the ball in field goal. Packers, what is the defense going to do? Oh, he throws it out of bounds. Oh, they decided to settle for a field goal. They're not going to waste any time. They're not going to wait. Oh, Packers call timeout. What's going on? Instead of trying to go for a score, another quick shot, they come out in field goal try. Packers try to ice them. Let's see. 2nd and goal from the 9. 19 seconds left on the clock. Is good. It was really close. I would have kind of been upset if you'd have missed that. Tie game. Brett Favre. 12 seconds. 2 timeouts. A Hail Mary. Handoff to Terrell Davis. Terrell Davis tackled for a loss. No timeout is called by the Packers. They just let the clock run and let it go to overtime. We got ourselves overtime, fellas. A NFC Championship Classic between the Packers and the Rams. These two teams met 2 years ago in the 1996 NFC Championship game. Same with the Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins. Jaguars came away with the win this time. The Packers won in 1996. Will the Rams win this time? Let's get ready for the coin toss. Kordell Stewart, Zach Thomas, Brett Favre, and somebody else. So we're gonna flip. Rams call heads. They win. They decide to receive. So Rams want the ball and they want to score. Packers getting ready to kick off. Defense has a chance to stop the Rams offense and seal the game. Emmitt Smith fielding the kick return. Gets great field position. Kordell. Him and his friends got 68 yards to try to go down the field and score on. Make it to the Super Bowl. 2nd and 6. Play action pass. Looking upfield, launches it down the middle, finds a receiver, but Herman Moore can't hold on to it. Shea Townsend got a couple of open field tackles and a sack. As Kordell finds his receiver, Calvin Williams sitting in the middle. 42-yard line. Kordell drops back, pressure, gets sacked. Trevor Price, here quarterback. Kordell Stewart. Gotta watch out. That nose tackle. This Gateway offense needs to block for him. Kordell looking, has to, oh my gosh, he falls forward instead of trying to run and get more yards. Did he just sail for the Rams? Oh my gosh, they have to punt it. All the Packers need is a field goal to go to the Super Bowl. Packers in their offense, fielding a punt return. Open field for Tim Brown. He gets tackled at the 30-yard line. Brett Favre, as long as he can just drive down the field 70 yards, he got it. Defensive line. Terrell Davis gaining 9. 210 passing yards for the Packers today. As he's trying to dump it upfield, overshoots his receiver. Rams got a lot of people on the line of scrimmage. As they run it with Terrell Davis, he gets stopped. Oh my gosh, a punt after a 3-and-out for the Rams. And let's see what the Packers decide to do. Is they got a 3-and-out themselves. They decide to punt it. Let their defense get them back inside of this game. Back and forth all day today. Oh my gosh, this game has been fire. The chat is loving this one as Tiki Barber gets tackled down at the 26-yard line. Let's see what they can do after coming up short on the first drive out at the beginning of the overtime. He has trips right and single back. Doesn't hand it off to Emmitt Smith. He play actions, looks upfield, finds a receiver. Chat, I don't know who you guys voted on, but this is an exciting one. This is going to be a classic. Check out this run. Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith gets a great block on the outside, breaking the first tackle. St. Louis, the crowd is going hype right now. Barnes-Jewish Hospital. All the kids and the little babies in the hospital are excited and cheering on the St. Louis Rams. You see the Make-A-Wish Foundation kids. They're on the sideline. Bar's Jewish. Shout out to Bar's Jewish. The Rams are at the 39-yard line, moving it closer to field goal territory. Calvin Williams to the right. Kordell Stewart looking upfield, feels the pressure, hits up Tim. They don't want to throw any interceptions, any fumbles. They're just trying to end it. Handoff, Emmitt Smith right up the middle, jukes the defender. He's at the 8-yard line. The St. Louis Rams might make it back to the Super Bowl. They're so close. 8 yards away from a touchdown. Oh, they settled for the field goal. They're going to take the field goal. Packers going to try to ice them. This game is likely over. Unless they can block this, Rams is going to back-to-back Super Bowls. This time they face against the Jacksonville Jaguars, an opponent they haven't faced. And it goes... And the St. Louis Rams make it to the Super Bowl. Kordell Stewart getting picked up after they traded away Troy Aikman. Takes this team to 2 back-to-back Super Bowls. Coach Bubba is happy. Takes down his conference opponent rival, Coach MB and Brett Favre, in the NFC Conference Championship. It was a hard-fought game, back-to-back. Punt, field goals, scores, defensive stops, all the above, and an amazing, ballsy 4th down try that led to the win. If it wasn't for that 4th down try, I don't know where this game would be ended. Probably with the Packers, but instead, the Rams come out on top. Oh my gosh, Emmitt Smith, I forgot about this play. Stiff arming, plowing through defenders, getting his way into the end zone. St. Louis Rams make it.